Hello. After reviewing the 3 counseling sessions for this week's blog, the counseling sessions were very similar to what I expected. I work in a program with 2 therapists, so I have the opportunity to sit in on individual as well as group counseling weekly. So what I saw in those videos was very similar to what I'm used to. I noticed a few similarities between the 3 counseling sessions. One similarity is that all the counselors used nonverbal or verbal gestures to confirm their understanding or either to let the counselee know that they were attentive and paying attention. Something such as a head nod as a nonverbal gesture or a yes or a mm-hmm as a verbal gesture was all that was needed to ensure that the counselee knew that the counselor was paying attention. And another thing was using direct eye contact and keeping your focused attention on the counselee was something that I saw in each of the 3 videos. Another similarity that I saw is that the counselors repeated back to the counselees their understanding. They confirmed this by stating something such as, "So what I hear you're saying is," or either just blatantly paraphrasing what the counselee stated to them just to make sure that the counselor is aware of what he or she heard. A third similarity that I noticed between the videos was that the counselors showed a great deal of empathy towards the counselees, and they each seemed as though they genuinely were concerned for the issues that the counselees presented to them. A difference that I noticed between the videos was the type of questions that were used. In the first video I watched, which was the brainstorming video, the counselor used more closed-ended type of questions, which could have allowed the counselee to simply state a yes or no and be done with the question. In the homesick and the dancing and helping counseling sessions, the counselors used more open-ended questions that allowed the counselee to speak freely and more openly. One skill or characteristic that I noticed from reading chapter 8 was not giving advice. This was kind of weird to me to see because typically when you think about a therapist or a counselor, you kind of think about someone that you're going to go to who is going to give you advice on how to overcome an obstacle or how to get through a problem. But the reading states that giving advice can seldom be productive, and also it can lead the counselee to believe that they cannot arrive at their own solutions to their problems. Another characteristic that I noticed from reading chapter 8 was for the counselor to remain neutral. Even though the counselee or the client may bring a problem to you, they also may be a catalyst to the problem or the issue that they are concerned about. So it is important for the counselor to remain neutral to the cause as well as remain neutral to the problem. One question that I do have about the counseling process is how common is it that a counselor and a client go through the counseling process? Is it common that they go through it multiple times, or is it more common for them to just have their typical sessions and then be done? Meaning, does a client typically come back with the same problems to the same counselor?